So in this video, we have already created three objects, right? And with these three objects, we have initialized a value and we have tried to print that value. So if I try to let's do one thing. So instead of I will change the object reference value as A and B and C. Okay. Let I comment this line. Go here. So now A, let I initialize like A equal to B, B equal to C, C equal to A. If I initialize like this, I'm initializing for object A, I'm just initializing a B. Then in object B, I'm just initializing C. Then later, object C, I'm just initializing A, which means, let's go with this example. So let's change as A, B and C. Okay. Now what I'm doing, object A equal to B, which means here we have a three different object and each three object have a different memory. So now when I initialize A equal to B, then both A and B are equal, right? So what it will do, this A will stop referring this memory. Instead of that it will refer this. So both A and B will refer this because we are passing B to A. So now already we have a B memory. So now if I pass this memory to object A, so both A and B object will refer to this particular memory. Now I'm just initializing for B equal to C. So then what it will do, so this C memory will get initialized to B. So now this B will not refer to this. Now B will refer to this memory, the C memory. So now B and C both will refer the same one. So now again C equal to A, which means memory A will get assigned to C. So now which one is memory A? This is the A object. So now this object is going to initializing to object C. So now this C will not refer to this memory. Now it will refer to this A memory. So now both A and C will refer only this memory. It won't refer this or this. So that's what we have done at here. So if I initialize, so A dot input 1 equal to 10. So if I print sys out and if I print A dot input 1, it will print 10. But if I mention C dot input 1 equal to 20, so C is a different object, right? So C dot input 1 equal to 20. But if I try to print the same line again at here, it will print 20. Why? Because now both A and C, see here both A and C are same. So if I initialize C after this line, then both A and C object, their input 1 is 20. Now this input 1 is 20. Previously it has 10. Now after C dot input 1, it has changed to 20. So both A dot input 1 equal to 20, C dot input 1 also 20. So let's print this, then you will get to know. See, 10, 20. Same thing we have tried to print. A dot input 1. Here also we have tried to print A dot input 1. Here also we have tried to print A dot input 1. But how the value has get changed? Because both the referring object is referring the same memory. So if memory is same, the object value also same. Did you get to understand this? Okay. Now let's move into how to create a function or methods. From both function and methods are same. So what we need to do is, okay, let's create one more class. Methods in Java. So let I click the checkbox for main method. So main method has created. So Java will start from main method. So it is the starting point. Starting point of Java. Here I'm just trying to create one method or function. So how I need to create one method? So public void method name. Method name is print text. After you have given the method name, just open and close the bracket and open the curve bracket. So within this, let's try to print any text here. Programs. So I have tried to print MKprogramz in this print text method. I create one more method. Public void sum. So within this method, I am just initializing one variable int a equal to 10, int b equal to 20. So now I am just trying to initialize again one more variable c equal to a plus b. So now it will do this sum, and the value of c is 30. Now I need to return this method, return the value. So I'm just returning the value c. So now it is throwing an error. Why? It will throw void method cannot return a value. Since I have mentioned as void, it won't return a value. If I need to return this value to the main method or the reference point, then we need to change this. After public, always we will mention the whether it's a void or return type. If it is return type as void, here void, it won't return any value. It won't return any value to main method. If I change is int, why I am changing as a int? Because c is an integer, so it means whatever the return type is. If return type is a int, then we need to change as, we need to mention int here. If return type is string, then we need to mention a string. Let's one more example. Public string get name. So string name equal to India. So here I have mentioned that what I have mentioned is a string. So string is the return type. If I return any number here, return. So return always need to return is a keyword. If you need to return any variable, any value from this method, then you need to mention a keyword return, then followed with that variable. Here we have mentioned return type as string, but if I return any number or character, then it will throw an error because return type is string, but we are passing as an integer. So it is saying yes, type mismatch cannot convert from int to string. So it won't convert this integer into string. So in that case, we need to return a string. So then the error will get off. So here it is returning string, here it is returning int, here it is not returning anything. Why? Because we have mentioned as a void. So here return type is integer. Here return type is string. So previously we have created one object, right? Same thing, we need to create one more object. So for this class we need to create one object. So here we have created one object. We need to create one reference value for that object as method Java or MJ. Let's call it as MJ. It's a reference value. Now I'm just creating one object, new class name followed with the open and close bracket semicolon. So now I have created one object in the name of the reference name of MJ for that method in Java class. So now I have created. So once during the runtime, once the object is created, then all this method whatever we have written in this class, it will get copied into this Java. And these all three methods, these kind of type of methods are called as non-static method. It is called as non-static method. I will tell you in the later class what is static and non-static. As of now, just remember these are called as non-static methods. If it is a static method, then it won't create an object. It won't copy to this object. So what I'm just trying to say is, once the object has get created, once the object is get created, whatever the method we have written it here, right, it will directly copy into this object. So print text method will get created at here. Some method get name. So these method will copy into this object. So when you call this object, if you need to call this method, you need to call by that object name. So here if we need to call this print text, then we need to type MJ. Sorry. MJ object name dot that method name print text. So if I type mj.print text, it will try to print MKprogramz. If I try to print mj.sum, it won't print because here we doesn't mention any system.out.println, so it won't print anything, but it will return the value of C. So here we can initialize int a equal to mj.sum. See, here also we have mentioned int a. Here also we have mentioned int a, but it won't throw an error because this int a is a local memory and it is just only revolves around this method. So it is int a is not related to this int a. So now the return type C is will go into this int a as a value. Return type C, the value of C will be assigned to a. So now a will become a 30. Then let's print the value of a. Here it is written as a name, right? We can directly out and directly call the method. So mj dot get name, which means it will return India, and we are trying to print in the output screen. See, MKprogramz 30 India. Here in these two methods we haven't written any system.out.println, but here we have mentioned. Here we are just trying to print a. This a is equal to mj.sum. So whatever the operation has done in this method and the return type is directly get assigned to this a. And here we are just calling the method. So but the return type is string. So that return type is trying to print in this line. So this is how we need to write a method in Java. And all these methods are called as non-static methods. Okay, let's see in another class.